Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel, my friends. Today is the day. It is Star Trek Lower Decks Day. We are watching Star Trek Lower Decks Season 2, Episode 6, The SPY Humongous. I can't guess these titles anymore. I have no idea what's going to happen other than I'm going to be really fucking entertained. So let's get into it, my friends. If you could do me a favor before we start, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. You'll be alerted anytime we go live on YouTube with any of our Star Trek or science fiction related content. And if you'd like that content early or in a longer format, the link to our Patreon is in the description. Please join us over there. We would love to have you. It's a growing library, a growing community. A lot of fun, my friends. So, all that is then, but this is now. And what is this? This is Star Trek Lower Decks Season 2, Episode 6. I can't believe we're here already. Episode 6, The SPY Humongous. My friends, prepare to engage maximum warp reaction. And away we go. Cold open.
The Packlids continue their unprovoked attacks on Federation trade routes.
Packlids again, huh?
Diplomatic mission to the Packlid homeworld, which they call Packlid Planet.
Of course they do.
If you keep doing Picard-level peace brokering like this, they might give you an enterprise.
Well, I don't know about that.
Oh, come on, Carol. Again, though, did their thing last year go well?
Welcome, Captain Janeway. Packlid Planet is big and strong.
Janeway?
Well, I'm actually Captain Freeman of the Cerritos. I'm here to discuss a ceasefire.
I do not have a big enough helmet to make ceasefires.
Okay, well, then I need to talk to someone with a bigger helmet.
We need Dark Helmet out here.
Stand back.
Whoa. So what does Shax do now? Is he still security? What about Kayshawn, though?
You! Why did you steal Rumdar?
Who is Rumdar?
Ransom, is there a Packlid on my ship?
I think he's requesting asylum.
No! Until she gives Rumdar back, Janeway stays here.
Jane, well, at least they don't think it's the Enterprise anymore, I guess. You know? All right, we're at the credits. Okay, so, again, dealing with the Packlids is interesting. I'm not even sure how you deal with the Packlids. Because here's the thing, I when they were talking about this, my mind was thinking, okay, so you engage in some type of ceasefire negotiations with the Packlids, and I mean, no offense to the Packlids, you could get them to sign whatever. I mean, are they going to remember it? Are they going to honor it? Are they going to even understand what they've done? You know, I don't know. I honestly, God, don't know how you deal with them. All right, let's see what the hell's going on. I'm going to say this. I don't like the Packlids at all. They're good bad guys, but...
Oh, no, anomaly consolidation duty.
Oh, yes!
Oh, what's this?
What's anomaly consolidation?
You get to go around the ship and collect the bridge crew's research materials from their missions.
It's trash day. It's our bosses who've accumulated all sorts of stuff saying, hey, peons, come pick up our trash.
Dangerous science trash that can't just get recycled in a matter recombinator. We have to pack it up and send it to a facility.
What's the facility? Dystrom Station or something? Dystrom? Daystrom? Daystrom.
Sorry.
Damn, Tendy. I mean, it's comical, but I'm not sure it's that funny. I think we found Tendy's funny bone.
Heard a lot of buzz about your time on the Titan.
Oh, Ensign Casey, hi.
Ensign Casey.
Legend. Listen, we've got this little club where we help each other rank up, and right now, we're down a member.
Pajak got promoted to the Ventura.
Oh, Jen.
That's what the red shirts do. We help each other land promotions.
The red shirts?
Captains.
You call yourselves red shirts?
Cool name, right?
No.
You served with Riker. That kind of experience is super valuable.
I don't know what species that guy is either.
You tell us Riker stuff today, I'll get you in the running for the big chair.
I don't trust you, Ensign Casey.
You don't carry yourself like a leader. We could help you with that.
Oh, if there's anybody on this ship that can teach you how to be a leader, you're already best friends with them. Now, if you want to know how to rank up, hang out with Ensign Casey.
More trash for the rest of us. I smell adventure.
Oh, Tendy's fired up.
I want to see how the shields work.
You want to see our top secret defensive schematics?
Yeah, and your Crimson Force Field, too.
Okay, so you're the spy? Humongous?
You getting Basmenti when he pulled back the veil vibes from this guy?
Oh, yeah.
I like when he throws in his Tamarian stuff.
Maybe he'll reveal something
hate the
about the
Packlets.
attacks. Keep them talking.
Can't stand the Packlets.
Oh, great. A pile of unlabeled crystals. You're supposed to keep stuff like this in a lab.
It's the Infinity Stones.
Oh, man!
Well, that was dangerous.
Tindy, whoa, easy. I think that's from the planet where everything evolved all weird.
Oh, great. Oh, not great. Got a big old body. Oh, my word. I mean, everybody, Beckett Mariner.
Boimler, how often did Riker clean his trombone?
Oh, constantly. It was actually kind of disruptive.
I need to learn to blow something brass.
I think you're well on your way, Ensign Casey, to blowing something brass.
Now I want to see the warp core. Sure. We'll get you there, big guy.
Don't take your eyes off this dude. I think this is an act. Don't take your eyes off this guy.
Less about their systems.
No. Fucking A! Come on.
Lead detected.
What? Did he leave the ship? Did he somehow...
Here we go. Fucking A.
I'll check engineering.
See his eyes red. I love that shit too. I knew that son of a bitch. Oh, I knew it. Tendi. Oh my God. Beckett is not having a good day. I'm sure these are all Easter eggs. Okay, so friends, I'm going to ask this while this is going on. What does Shax do now, and what does Kayshawn do now? I mean, is one security and one tactical? I don't know.
Her Majesty, the Queen!
Well, she's got a big helmet.
The Rumtar is in the bathroom, but he said that you should negotiate a ceasefire.
Oh, I don't have a big enough
Carol.
helmet to do that.
Are you shitting me?
Are you shitting me?
Oh, did Riker modify his uniform?
What? No. I mean, I guess they had to put a lot of extra room in his pants. For his legs, I mean.
Oh my God, your hair. Wow, I didn't even take in the hair.
I like my hair. I'm a cutie. This is good hair.
I'm a cutie.
Maybe just a trim?
Oh, Boimler.
Whoa, is that a Retruvian flask?
You know it.
Careful, those can release a gelatinous spray that traps you in this...
Yeah, we know.
We got that.
Stop trying to make this fun. But what is your deal, okay? Every day isn't going to be some pristine, exploratory adventure.
Come on.
And it sucks. Get used to it.
Okay, sorry.
Come on now. Tendy's excited, but...
The captain needs to always be prepared to give a rousing speech. So go ahead. Rouse them.
Right now? Okay, attention crew.
I know people that do this shit. I mean, obviously not for Starfleet, but like fake corporate things and give like speeches and reports and shit.
Close your eyes. Think about Riker and say what he would say.
I may not know exactly what we're up against, but I do know that in this, our darkest hour, I'm grateful. Grateful to have a ship and a crew I trust with my life.
It was pretty good. It was pretty good, Brad.
Wow, even Dr. Miglimo has stuff? I didn't know he even went on missions.
It's a pile of random junk. Come on, even you have to admit that.
No, and honestly, I'm getting tired of you guys whining all day.
Yeah, Tendy.
And I'll just do it myself.
Okay.
Well,
works
great
for me.
idea.
Yeah, now watch Tendy get in trouble here because...
Look, he's throwing out a perfectly good storybook.
What?
Oh no!
Oh my God. This shit was just laying around?
Hang tight, Tendy. Don't get digested.
Why is this thing screaming? I mean, I'd be screaming too if I looked like that. She just pooed out. And she just injected the hypospray into its sphincter.
Anomaly consolidation date is the worst.
Right, you know, Tendy has a very good attitude, and to finally break her is kind of disheartening.
I am Emperor of the Packlands.
Okay, well then, it's an honor to
Revolution!
What is going on?
The big helmeted Packlands will no longer control us.
Ooh.
I am now pack-led leader.
Oh my word. These packlids. Oh my god, I just can't stand them. I think I'd rather be on anomaly reclamation duty or whatever it's called.
I'm feeling way more captainy than usual.
There's Barnes.
Nothing tells you about a captain more than the officers they've chosen to have at their side. That's true in your social life as much as it is on the bridge.
Oh, Casey, shut up, dude.
Those three are always elbow deep in some kind of slime.
Yeah.
Slime's a given.
No, we work in Starfleet. They work for Starfleet.
Oh, dude, get fucked.
I must have sounded so stupid. I thought we were gonna have so much fun picking up the trash. Ha! I even
Oh no.
So Instant Genius over here figured it would be fun to get closer to the action.
Uh-oh.
It sucked, and being lower deck sucked.
No, no, no. Oh, Tendy?
For
Oh. Oh, what?
I'm getting tired of you guys riding all day!
Oh, dear God. Jesus. Oh, please, Tendy, don't hurt anybody.
Is that Tendy?
Come on, Boimler. They're all gonna get killed.
We're inspiring the crew.
We are the crew!
Yeah, get in there, dude.
Computer, birthday cake, lit candles, various temperatures.
Lit candles, various temperatures.
Cake with all this bean slime on my...
Get her to laugh. Oh, Boimler, you're so fucking smart.
It's working! Her emotional armor is weakening!
Oh, Brad.
Honey shrimp soda, corn stick, chicken nugget, crispy lemon, rock candy, chili granny, chocolate sundae, hot!
Oh, Brad, you beautiful bastard, you. I forgive you for what you did last season.
You okay?
Yeah. Jeez, I was really out of control. Thanks for saving me.
Oh, of course. That's what we do.
Oh. Hey, you know what? That's how you lead, motherfucker.
No, how long were we out? Rumdar could be anywhere. We never should have underestimated him.
Well, he's dead.
Holy
They could survive in...
he's totally fine.
Packlids are strong.
No shit. Dear God, beam him up.
Ah, Rumdar returns. And she is not Captain Janeway. She is Captain Freeman.
That's what I've been telling you.
Ah,
Gasps.
I didn't tell you anything about our big plan to smuggle a Veruvian bomb onto Earth.
Wow.
Rumdar, you truly are a master spy.
Two to beam up.
Wait a minute. You just beat Captain Janeway.
Get him a big helmet.
we were kind of being punks all day.
We should have fed off your enthusiasm, not tried to tamp it down.
That's a crew, everybody.
Oh, I still smell like slug-digested scorpion, don't I?
Yeah, the smell of adventure.
To the sonic showers.
You made a fool of yourself to make a bug laugh. It was shameful.
It saved his friend.
You guys are wasting your time on this red shirt stuff. Be your own captains.
Cute speech. I'm sure it'll play great on the lower decks. Come on, guys. Guys?
I think I'm gonna take a break from the red shirts, focus on my duties.
Yeah, fine.
There you go, Jen.
Sir, I'd like to nominate myself for the acting captain position.
Huh?
I'm the best candidate to lead the Cerritos to victory.
Oh, I don't care. Sure. Quick thinking in the mess today, Mr. Boimler. You showed some real leadership.
Thank you, sir.
Nice.
A Winger Bingston show sometime?
Now that guy can deliver a speech.
Winger Bingston, a running joke.
Acting captain, you have the con.
By yourself.
New shift on deck. Get out of my chair!
Thank you. It's a great honor.
Go clean up airlock 17. Packlet did something unspeakable in there.
Yes, sir.
Oh, man, good episode.
A what?
We can use it to broadcast our voices to other planets.
What's that gonna
What?
Yeah, like, what are we gonna do? Prank call Armis?
I wish I had someone to torture.
Hey, Armis! You look like a big bag of crap.
Who said that? Show yourself. I am Armus.
Is this the person? Damn you! Don't go anywhere near that planet. Oh, I love this show. Oh, this show's so good. All right, my friends, we just got done watching Star Trek Lower Deck Season 2, Episode 6. Oh, I can't believe it. The SPY Humongous. And the only thing left to do is to talk about it. All right, everybody, we just got done watching Star Trek Lower Deck Season 2, Episode 6, The SPY Humongous. Oh, and the thing that I had forgotten to talk about, that the Armus at the end, I believe that's the creature that just like out of the blue kills Tasha Yar. I think that's it. Um, Again, I my experience with the Next Generation is I've seen about half of it, but it's not like the front half or the back half. It's like, I've seen an episode here, 3 episodes there, I've seen more of the end, like the last 2 seasons probably than any of the prior seasons. But I have seen like Encounter at Farpoint, and I do remember seeing the one where Tasha Yar dies. Uh, and I'm pretty sure that was it. So, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, kind of, if you can avoid spoilers. That's not how she dies, but I don't want to tell you how she dies. Okay. Whatever you guys think. But again, I think that's what it is. All right, my friends, that episode was really, really fun. And it is official. 6 episodes into the 2nd season, I have forgiven Bradward Boimler for his indiscretions with mentioning the relationship between Beckett Mariner and Carol Freeman. And again, I got really mad when Brad did that. But in retrospect, it was mad in the moment. But the thing that made me the most upset about what Brad did wasn't that he, alerted the entire crew. He had no idea he was doing that. He had no idea that he was telling everybody. I mean, I don't think he ever would have done that if he had known that everyone was listening. I certainly don't think Brad did that intentionally by any stretch of the imagination. So I was never mad at him for that. I was mad at him because he pressed in on something, in a joking manner when they were down handing off those the art supplies and stuff in episode 10 of last season, No Small Parts. But he didn't read the room with Beckett. Beckett was immediately her entire demeanor changes. And I mean, very earnestly, she tells him, you need to shut the fuck up, you be quiet. He didn't read that. He read that as kind of like, stop it, boy, more like kind of a teasing banter that they have. But she was genuinely upset about that. Genuinely wanted him to be quiet about that information. And Brad pressed on. And Brad didn't read that from his best friend, which is my final point about why I was mad at Brad. Brad didn't understand that if this was something that his best friend hadn't shared with him in confidence before, doing this as an ambush was certainly not the way to go, especially with the initial reaction that she had. And again, I do not think in any stretch of the imagination that Brad is a bad person. I don't think that I think that he is a very positive person. I think he is a very good friend. I think Brad has a lot of like interpersonal growth to do. I think and that's why, I mean, this is my long-winded way of leading into this episode. The growth that I wanted to see from Brad, we always talked about it in season 1. Brad was very static. Brad, he was struggling with certain things, and he kept towing the line as far as being a Starfleet officer, and wanting to rank up, and doing things by the book, and blah blah blah. And this, we've seen it in season 2 so far with his willingness to engage in more of Beckett's kind of harebrained schemes and stuff, like sneaking into the captain's party an episode or 2 ago. Just willingly, like when she makes mention of doing something like that, he's like, okay. Before he would have argued and said why it was against regulations and blah blah blah. But we see a kind of not a maturation, I guess, like a more of a willingness for Brad to engage in these type of shenanigans without the thought of he's moving more towards the center. If the spectrum is, Beckett and Brad, he's moving more towards Beckett. And I like that. And I think it's showing a lot of growth that we needed to see from Brad. And this episode to me was the biggest jump for Brad. We've seen a lot of Brad getting into situations that he can get out of. A lot of them are of his own design. Brad's competency as an officer has never been in question for me. He's learning, but he knows a lot. Can he apply that in real world situations? Not really as well as Beckett's, she's the S tier of lower decks. But, Brad is able, with this episode, I'm going to keep on track here. With this episode, Brad had this leap, and he did so with this leap, this maturation, this absolute evolution of his character occurred away from the group. And I think that's the most telling part, is that he was removed from the lower decks crew, you know, where you would think that that growth would take place, surrounded by his friends and, you know, with more of an understanding and a comfort level with them. But in removing him and putting him with the red shirts, we got to see several elements of Brad kind of take hold. And I think the greatest part of this was the writer showed Brad give this rousing speech, you know, where he kind of flashed holodeck style of, you know, Brad seeing himself on the bridge, leading everybody and giving a very good, very inspirational, very, you know, once more unto the breach type of speech. And it was well received by the red shirts. It was, you know, noted by the red shirts that it was very good. I said it was very good because it was. But to Brad, the lead in for that speech, the hint for that speech, the prompt for that speech was, what would Riker say? And Brad was able to basically parrot what he had heard from Riker, or not parrot what he had heard directly, but be able to extrapolate like what Riker would have said. Given the circumstances and his knowledge of Riker, Riker would have come up with something like this. Now, that's not to say that Brad wouldn't have come up with something very similar, you know, but the prompt was not what would Brad say, it was what would Riker say in this situation. And later on in the episode, we see where Brad's thought process had kind of moved through. And he said, you know, you can't pretend, you can't pick and choose like watching captains and you know, do impressions of them. You can't try to like emulate them. You have to be your own captain. And so, you know, when Ensign Casey, who hasn't gotten that memo yet, didn't realize that just ranking up isn't part of, I mean, you can do that route. You can just try to rank up as quickly as possible. But the problem is, you know, I'm sure many people were able to do that just by the power of their profession, the skill that they possess. They're so good, they rank up very quickly. But the thing is, the higher the rank you go, the more of a burden of leadership you assume. And if you do so rapidly without that equal growth in your ability to lead, well, then you're going to get up into rarefied air real quick and realize you're out of your depth, ironically. And I think that's what Ensign Casey is kind of gearing towards. Ensign Casey could be someone like they just talked about how they lost a member of their group and was promoted to the Ventura. But the thing is, you know, if we're to believe that that person that was promoted to the Ventura was, you know, kind of a graduate of the Red Shirts class of promotion, then they're not really ready. They're saying the right things. And I made mention of this during the reaction. I used to work in a corporate environment. And there were many of the people on the sales team and then the, you know, like all the different teams at this place. They would work on what they would call like their 3-minute or their 5-minute. And these were sales pitches that they would can and kind of have ready to go. And I always thought it was so disingenuous because it was like, you know, you're pulling from a data bank of something that you've kind of, you know, memorized, and you're kind of, you know, square peg round hole slamming it into the situation you're currently in. And when I mean these guys wouldn't deviate from the memory, they wouldn't deviate. Like they actually, when they would have like whoever they were talking to was a blank. So, and when they would go through these, they would literally say fill in the blank so they didn't get used to saying a specific name. I mean, it was crazy. So regardless, you know, I can see where there's a corporate approach to ranking up, which was what Casey did. And there was Brad, and we got to see Brad's growth, which was very, very good. You know, Brad's willingness, knowing that the only way to save Tendi was to get her to laugh, to reverse the emotions from that cube, that he was quick to identify. You know, even Beckett didn't know what the cube was, which I thought was very telling because normally, to this point, Beckett has always been the one to say, oh, it's this, or it's that, or we should try this, or we should do that, and has been correct. But as soon as that happened to Tendi, Beckett was like, I don't know, what was this cube? I don't know this cube. And then when it was presented to Brad goes, oh, and he identified it immediately. Again, this isn't we're not keeping a scorecard between Beckett and Brad by any stretch of the imagination. My idea here is while Beckett has a ton of information, so does Brad. And Brad lacks a lot of the table legs of leadership that Beckett already has, but Brad is starting to grow into that role. And I this episode to me was the Brad Boimler episode, because this is the episode where I think that I'm going to be able to look back and say, season 2, episode 6, The SPY Humongous, was when Brad began to launch. And I think that we got the countdown. We had the 3, 2, 1, the thrust fired out. And I think Brad is beginning to move in the direction that he wants and that we really want to see. Because he's accepted that the idea, which was his idea before too, the idea of just ranking up for ranking up's sake that Ensign Casey has and that the other red shirts had, is no longer his dream. It's no longer his course or path. And it absolutely was. That was exactly, he was Ensign Casey to a lesser degree last season. He wanted the same things. You know, maybe not necessarily emulating, but I mean, doing the walk. You know, everything was about doing what he thought could get him ahead because other people had done it before to get ahead. But this episode, season 2, episode 6, The SPY Humongous, Brad did something against the grain, did something that was off book, did something that, you know, Ensign Casey wouldn't have done and didn't do. And he did so successfully that not only did he save the day, sure, he made a fool of himself. So what? He saved the day. That making a fool of yourself means nothing if you accomplish your goal. And if your goal is especially to save somebody, you didn't make a fool of yourself. It's called being a hero. And that's what he did to save Tendi. And no matter, you know, Ensign Casey, yeah, he was asked for acting captain and was awarded it. Again, he's up in the rarefied air and he didn't deserve to be there. But it was Ransom, who I'm starting to really, really like. Ransom, who went by and said, hey, great work in the cafeteria. You know, the mess hall, you did a great job. You know, that's noted, that's leadership. You know, that was quick thinking. That's what we're looking for. That's something that'll make you stand out because it's something that nobody else did, including Beckett Mariner. Now, would Beckett have done it if she had known how to handle it? Oh, absolutely. She's a hero. So would Rutherford. But in this situation, it was Bradward Boimler, ensign of the USS Cerritos, that saved the day. And my friends, I do believe that this is where we see the launch of the future captain of the Federation and Starfleet, Bradward Boimler. And I am I got chills. I am incredibly happy for him. And again, it is water under the bridge, Brad. This is who I needed you to be, and this is who you needed you to be. Buddy, oh, I'm so happy for you. My friends, if you've stuck around, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ringy-ding-ding that bell for notifications, and you'll be alerted anytime we go live on YouTube for any of our Star Trek Lower Decks, other Star Trek content, or our sci-fi offerings. But my friends, that's all then, and this is now. What I would like you to do as homework after this episode is go out and be your best Bradward Boimler. Go against the grain. Be a leader and a hero if you can. My friends, Vulcan roll, and I'll see you next time.